Hey, what's up guys? This is Anthony from Anthony's Customs, and for this review we are looking at the Marvel Legends miniature Ant-Man with the larger ant, or Antony if you saw the movie. Now this is kind of a cool set in that it makes for some display options that you couldn't normally do, because if they made Ant-Man normal size and then they'd have to make the ant gigantic. So they shrunk him down, gave us a larger scale ant. Even though it's out of scale with the other figures, it's still kind of a cool set. So I can see why people would be interested in buying it. Unfortunately, Hasbro really dropped the ball in a couple of areas on this figure. In some places, though, they did really well. So let's take a look at this set. First, let's just take a look at the little figure that comes in the set. I don't think it's actually the same as a smaller scale Ant-Man. I think it's a unique figure. But they might have reused it. I'm not entirely familiar with the smaller scale figures. But let's take a look. He stands about 10.5 centimeters tall, which makes him just about 4 inches. He has decent articulation. The head has a hinge and a ball peg at the top, so you can move the head around pretty well. Shoulders have fixed ball hinges, so they rotate at the torso but nowhere else. We have a swivel down here at the elbow with the hinge and nothing in the wrist. We have a waist twist, ball pegged hips, so they have decent range of motion. No swivel though. Double jointed knees, which actually work really nicely. Standard ankle hinge and an ankle rocker, so really not too bad. And the paint applications, though it's not entirely detailed, we get pretty nice paint applications on this guy. The line works pretty clean and everything looks, you know, for the scale, pretty darn good. So nice little figure there. And then we have the ant, which measures from the tip of the antenna thingies to its butt about 10.5 inches long. Wingspan like this is about 13.5 inches. So it's definitely got some size to it. And they actually put some paint on it. Inside the package, I couldn't really see much of the paint that I thought was lacking based on the proto image on the back, but they actually have it. We have some red up here and on the mouth. I'm not sure why there's red on the ant itself. Maybe that's how it's supposed to be, I don't know, but it is there. And then the rest of the body has this kind of brownish gray shading throughout, so it actually looks pretty good. The eyes are painted like kind of a satin, not satin, yeah, I guess a satin black. It's not quite glossy. So it has some nice appeal to it. The wings are translucent and nicely sculpted, so that's a good thing. It's generally okay looking. Unfortunately, the legs, as small as they are, narrow, a little bit of plastic they take, they're hollow, so that looks pretty cheap. Doesn't look very good at all. You can only pretty much look at it from the front or very specific angles. But it does have some articulation, so you can see the wings are on ball pegs, and they actually stay no problem wherever you want to put them. It's a nice tight joint. We have a ball peg back here for the thorax, I believe that's what that's called, so that can move around a little bit. It's not super loose, but it could be a little bit tighter. The head is on a ball peg. Again, it's not super loose, but it could be tighter. And then the legs. These backed sets of legs are just on standard ball pegs. And then the front one has a ball peg at the top and then down here also. Now the front one is not particularly loose. That's okay. So you can move it there and there, no problem. The middle two, they're on ball pegs. They pop out incredibly easily. Sometimes with even just the weight of the figure, if you set it on the shelf, the legs will pop off. Same thing for these back ones. Almost no force at all to come off. So, final thoughts on the set. If you're gonna hang this like with fishing line or something, go ahead and grab it and you'll be happy. It'll look fine. It'll look like he's flying. No problem at all. The legs won't be a problem. If you're gonna set this on a shelf, you're not gonna be real happy because, like I said, even just setting him down, let's see if it does it. I didn't do it that time. The legs do sometimes pop off. First time I put it together and set it down, all 4 of the back legs came off just because the force of it coming down like this just pops them right off. So I don't know how they messed up the ball pegs. I mean, that's about as basic a joint as you can get, but it's not necessarily a fundamental, horribly bad flaw. It's something you can kind of work around since it's supposed to be flying anyway. I'm going to give them a little bit of slack on this one. As far as Ant-Man actually sitting on the ant, it doesn't work that well. I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly from the movie, he had kind of like a little saddle thing on the ant for him to ride on, but I could be remembering incorrectly. He can go on it well enough. It just looks a little bit awkward still, so I don't know. It's up to you. It's not a super expensive set, so I'm going to say if you're really into the Ant-Man movie, then go ahead and grab it. I think you'll be able to make do. Like I said, it's kind of a cool thing. But it's just not particularly good. It's just okay. So it's kind of a value judgment that you're going to have to make based on this objective information. There it is, guys. Thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe to the channel so you can see my upcoming figure reviews, custom figures, and other good stuff. And in the meantime, keep collecting.